Greetings, Missouri Mid-South. I haven't shared much yet this year about conference annual gathering, but it's coming up just next month, October 18 and 19, and it's time to get the word out there. There are still some details coming together that I can't share fully, like we have an awesome and powerful speaker you don't want to miss, but we're still nailing down some contract details, so I'm not able to share that name yet. We're still working out some logistics for registration, so we don't have a link to post yet. But I am able to share that we have moved up Conference Youth Event to the same weekend as Conference Annual Gathering. And we may have gotten that registration link into this week's e-courier, or we'll have it posted on our website early next week. Those of you who pay attention to these things know that typically the Fall Youth Event has been in November, and it's been just for middle schoolers. But this year we've moved it up in the calendar a little bit, and we're inviting both middle and high schoolers to participate. Spoiler alert, the spring 2025 youth event that used to be high school only will also be open to middle schoolers for this wider age range in the spring. And we're doing this fall youth event the same weekend as Conference Annual Gathering so that conference youth can participate in Conference Annual Gathering on Saturday by providing a youth report directly from Camp Moval. That's one of the benefits of doing CAG via Zoom. We can make our gathering more accessible to more people. The youth will get to have a fun-filled weekend at camp, and they'll consider the same theme that we're considering at Conference Annual Gathering. Love is greater than fear. So I want to take a moment today to talk about that theme. Love is greater than fear. Our inspiration for this theme comes from the regional youth events that took place this summer across the United Church of Christ, which used the same idea. The last couple of conference annual gatherings we've had have been very inwardly focused. Who are we as a conference? How do we understand our story or stories? How do those stories shape our culture and our common life? But we are also a church that exists in a wider context. There's a whole world out there, and it's big and complicated and changing rapidly. And if we are a people who believe that God has called us together to be a faithful community, to be faithful followers of Christ, to be faithful doers of the word, to be part of manifesting God's kingdom come on earth, then we have to consider together not just who we are internally, but also how we live together in this world that is in the midst of cultural upheaval. Love is greater than fear is a theological statement, an insistence that God's way of love is going to outlast the ways of fear that have dominated so much of the wider world of late. What does that mean for you in your home, in your workplace, in your church life? And what does that mean for us as individual congregations dispersed in communities across Missouri, Arkansas, and Memphis? What does that mean for us as members of the conference, members of the United Church of Christ, but also as members of a global community? How do we claim that love is greater than fear in this moment in American history, in world history, in human history? How do we live that out as individuals and as the body of Christ? No matter what happens with the election in November, no matter what happens with the economy, no matter what happens with climate, no matter what happens with so many areas of uncertainty, what does it mean to declare and to live out the belief that love is greater than fear? Save the date for 2024's Conference Annual Gathering, October 18 and 19, and let's explore these questions together. I'll see you then.